Hello students, in this video we are going to be taking a look at accessing the portfolios, and specifically we have Dr. Fugate with us to let us know how one competency that a student completed in fall of 2019 completed a exemplar portfolio and competency, and so we're going to be doing a deeper dive into that. Again, to access your portfolios, we're going to use the portfolio button on the left hand side of the screen. And we're going to be looking at our 3305 portfolio. The red flag on the side means that there is not ready to be complete, and that's okay because you will not be completing and submitting the portfolio until the end of PD3. So I'm going to jump into the portfolio, and we're going to be using the tabs on the top here as our navigational tool to look at the different competencies. So I'm going to click into competency 1. And I am going to see I have the opportunity to submit for PD1, PD2, and PD3 in this area. And I'm going to open up their PD1 upload for competency 1. And at this time, I am going to turn it over to Dr. Fugate, and he'll talk you through why this is an exemplar upload and area. In addition, we'll be looking at a few screenshots as well.
Thank you. Alright, so if we go over here, I'm going to switch over to this screenshot. You'll see that when you open up the competency, again, the title is already pre-populated. You will just save that. What you will put in the description box is the name of the artifact and the course that it comes from. So in this case, this student selected the developmental case study from PED 3305. This way we know exactly what your artifact is. When you scroll down after this, you'll see the complete competency listed, and then there will be 3 boxes that you will complete for each competency. In the first box, it's asking for your interpretation or reflection on the competency. This should be your understanding of the meaning of the competency and why it is important for educators to know and practice in their classrooms working with students. The second area is where you will actually upload the file for your artifact. And then the final box is where you will provide your rationale for why you selected that particular artifact for that particular competency. There are no predetermined places for artifacts and competencies matched up. It is up to you to decide which competency you want each artifact to go with, and part of the assessment is how well you defend your choice for putting that artifact with a particular competency. So if we go into this student's first interpretation and reflection, you'll notice that she doesn't pull the language straight from the competency itself. This is your interpretation and understanding. So she talks about students' development in social, physical, and emotional and cognitive areas should be accepted and nourished by the teacher. Teachers should be aware that students come from dissimilar backgrounds, but they have needs in all of these domains. She talks about what teachers should do with this understanding. Should not only focus on areas of development, but rather focus on all of them. And so you'll see that this student has effectively expressed her understanding of the competency as a whole, as well as why it's important for teachers in the classroom. These don't have to be long. This is a good paragraph. Sometimes students will do 2 paragraphs. But you need to make sure that you've covered your understanding of the competency and why it's important. When we look at her rationale for why she included the developmental case study, she says she believes it applies to this competency because it focuses on various areas of development. And then she talks about the process that she went through to develop this case study. So this is a great example of what we are looking for when we are grading these final portfolios. And assessing and what you would want in each of those 13 competencies.
Wonderful. Thank you, Dr. Fugate. The last thing I want to mention is something I mention often is this little update button is fantastic. Remember, update, save, save, save each time before you go out of a competency. If you are finding that some of the information you are inputting into your portfolio or some of the attachments that you are including in your portfolio of your artifacts are disappearing, please make sure that we are hitting update and that we're hitting save and you're getting that information from TK20 that your portfolio has been saved. As always, y'all are awesome.